Hi everyone, this is Monica Reinagel, the Nutrition Diva, here with your quick and dirty tips for eating well and feeling fabulous. We'll be ringing in a new year in just a few days, and I dare say a few glasses of champagne or other spirits will be enjoyed by many Nutrition Diva listeners. So this seems like the perfect time to address some of the lore about alcohol and nutrition. For example, is it a good idea to eat a big meal if you're going to be drinking? If you've overindulged, can certain foods ward off a hangover? Is it true that alcohol is metabolized into sugar, or that it blocks your body's ability to burn fat? Answers to these and other frequently asked questions about alcohol, along with my tips on how to indulge safely, are coming up. So first, let's talk just a little bit about how alcohol is metabolized. Some sources claim that alcohol is converted into sugar by the liver, and this is not true. Alcohol is converted to a number of intermediate substances, none of which is sugar, until it's eventually broken down into carbon dioxide and water. Because too much alcohol is quite harmful to your cells, this detoxification process is a pretty high priority for your body. That means that if your liver is busy dealing with alcohol, it will delay dealing with other nutrients, which is why drinking alcohol causes your blood sugar to go down and your blood fats to go up temporarily. It's also said that alcohol shuts down your body's fat-burning engine. This is technically true, but it's a little misleading. All it really means is that your body will use the byproducts of alcohol metabolism as fuel preferentially. Over the long haul, however, this doesn't have much impact on the amount of fat you burn or store. As always, the amount of stored fat on your body is primarily determined by whether you're taking in more calories than you're using. The source of the calories is really secondary. And speaking of calories, it's definitely a good idea to eat some before drinking. Unlike other nutrients, alcohol can be absorbed directly from your stomach into your bloodstream where it travels to your brain. This effect is accelerated when you drink on an empty stomach. Having food in your stomach slows down the speed at which alcohol enters your bloodstream. Now, a meal that includes some fat will work the best, but despite popular lore, you don't have to eat greasy fried foods. Healthier sources of fat, such as some guacamole, vegetables sautéed in olive oil, or a nice piece of salmon will work just as well. Now, obviously, the best way to avoid a hangover is to avoid overindulging. And you might also want to choose your poison strategically. Even when the amount of alcohol consumed is the same, beer and clear liquors like vodka and gin may be less likely to cause a hangover than darker liquors like bourbon, whiskey, and brandy. But if you do wake up with a hangover, here are a few things you can do to aid your recovery. Number 1, rehydrate. Many hangover symptoms are due to dehydration. If you've had quite a bit to drink, try to drink several glasses of water before retiring. Keep a glass of water next to the bed, and if you wake up in the middle of the night, have some more. Continue drinking water once you wake up. And if plain water is making you queasy, Gatorade or another electrolyte replacement drink may be easier to tolerate. Number 2, try some aspirin and caffeine. The combination of aspirin and caffeine works better than either one alone to relieve headaches and other hangover symptoms. You can simply take a couple of aspirin or Alka-Seltzer if your stomach is upset and have some coffee. Although the popular headache medication Excedrin contains both aspirin and caffeine, it also contains acetaminophen. The combination of alcohol and acetaminophen can be extremely toxic to the liver, so you don't want to take Tylenol, Excedrin, or any other drug containing acetaminophen if you've had more than a couple of drinks. And you might also want to check out the House Call Doctors podcast on acetaminophen. Number 3, have a light meal. Although it's true that alcohol metabolism depletes certain B vitamins, there's not a lot of evidence that taking B vitamin supplements will help cure or prevent a hangover. What's worse, B vitamins can make you queasy, which is the last thing you need. But it couldn't hurt to sprinkle some nutritional yeast, which is naturally high in B vitamins, on a piece of toast. Even better, stir it into some scrambled eggs. In addition to being easy to digest, eggs also contain cysteine, which may be helpful in relieving symptoms. And finally, take a walk. Gentle movement, such as a brisk walk, will help increase your oxygen levels and will speed the metabolism and clearance of alcohol and its metabolic byproducts. I'm sure you know that it's unsafe to drive if you've had more than one drink. But I was surprised to learn that having a hangover can also impair your reaction time and your motor skills even after your blood alcohol returns to normal. So it's probably best to avoid driving and operating machinery with a hangover. As I discussed in my previous episode on the long-term health benefits of alcohol, the damage caused by drinking too much is far, far greater than the benefits of drinking a little. A good rule of thumb is to limit yourself to 1 alcoholic drink per hour, which is the maximum speed at which your liver can process or detoxify alcohol. The most important thing is to be safe and enjoy your New Year's Eve festivities responsibly. And if you find yourself in the mood to make New Year's resolutions, I've posted a link in the show notes to my 4 secrets for making and keeping resolutions. You'll find that at nutritiondiva.quickanddirtytips.com. This is Monica Reinagel, the Nutrition Diva, wishing you and yours a happy, healthy New Year.